Hi, Kelly Wenzel here, New Jersey Audubon's Project Director for Urban Education and Outreach. So, as my title says, I'm a Director of Outreach Programs. And so while I'm at home, trying to protect my family and everyone else from the spread of a virus, I'm going to try to make some videos so that we can connect you to nature no matter where you are. So, as you can hear and see, I am at my house. And while I don't live in a city or an urban area, I live in a suburban neighborhood. So over the next couple videos, I think we're going to try to explore my neighborhood and see if you can do the same. So I've done some things, created some worksheets that you can create at home. I don't have a printer, it's out of ink, I can't get more. So anything I create, you can recreate right at home. And we're also going to try to upload things, so if you can print them, you'll be able to do that. So here we go. So in this first installment of what I think I'll call for now Ecosystem Online, New Jersey Audubon, I figured I'd do a simple neighborhood hike. This is based off of my friend Akima Price, who wrote a nice guide called What's Good in My Hood. So one of her activities is to take an inventory of living and non-living things in your neighborhood. So as you can see, I've created a simple little worksheet here. So I have my name and the date and time up top. Where am I? I'm at my house in West Orange, New Jersey. I'll log how far I walked when we're done. The weather right now, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see, I need to add some details. So our cloud cover, if we look up at the sky, let's see, I don't know, take a piece of sky and estimate, I'm going to say about 50% cloud cover. That's about half. So let's see here. It's hard to write and film at the same time. And wind, there's really no wind right now. And how long I walked, I'll also record that at the end. Now, since we are scientists, and some of us can do some more advanced math, I recorded my temperature in Fahrenheit here. However, you see I have about 5.5 degrees Celsius. Now, it's not magic. This is how you do it. You take your degrees in Fahrenheit, which is 43 degrees. You subtract 32. You get 11. And then you divide that by 2. So I say it's about 5.5 degrees Celsius because it's not an exactly divided by 2. But for our purposes in our notebook, that will be perfectly fine. So we're going to start to take a little walk and take our inventory. Here are the categories more close up. And you know what? I don't even have to walk that far. I encourage older students to not only list and describe, maybe find a separate piece of paper and draw what you found, and even what you think, especially for human-made materials, that might be made out of or constructed from. Is it an earth material or something that took a little bit of chemistry? And really to check that that you want to learn more. How can you find out more about what you're looking at? And as a scientist, it is perfectly okay to not know what everything is. I do not know what everything is, so I'm going to be drawing and looking up a lot of things. So, I don't know, let's start right on my front walk. I have a sidewalk, which is made of concrete. I am writing sidewalk on my paper. It's hard to videotape and write at the same time. So I'm just going to describe this one. So it's kind of gray. It's hard. It's flat. And again, more advanced students can certainly use more advanced adjectives or describing words. So is my sidewalk living or non-living? I think it's non-living. It is not moving, it doesn't eat, it doesn't require food or water to live. Is it natural or human-made? This is definitely human-made. Was I shocked? Was I expected to see this in my front yard? Yeah, I knew it was here. And I think I'll save the learning of concrete maybe for another lesson. So as we walk, I'm going to walk into my yard. And there are lots of other living things here, but this in particular, whoa, what is this guy? This, the light might not be the best, is a nice blue spruce tree. Now I happen to know the name of this tree, but if you don't, think of the describing words. How would you describe your tree? As you might put it into a Google search so you could find out more about it later. So what is it? I know I have a blue spruce tree. And it's very tall, maybe 70 feet tall. What do its needles look like? They're kind of a teal color on the tips, right? Or blue on the tips with green inside. And let's see its bark. Let's see if we can get a little closer to the bark of the tree. It's kind of brown and shaggy, right? And the tree itself is kind of that typical pine tree shape that we all like to draw, right? It's a triangle. It's a very nice tree. I like it a lot. Oh, and look! This tree, it seems, maybe makes some pine cones, doesn't it? So if you didn't know the name of this tree, you might want to learn more. And I see I've already made a mistake on my field notes, but that's okay because I marked the wrong box. So this is definitely living. This is definitely natural. And again, I knew it was here, so it makes sense that this tree would be my yard. And I think I want to learn a little bit more about the blue spruce. So I'm just going to make a line like that because I kind of messed up because blue spruce should be down here. So I'll just change that later. All right, let's see if we can go for another walk through my neighborhood. See what else we can see. Huh. This is curious. What do I have here? I have a mess. This is from Halloween. We had our jack-o'-lanterns out and they were decomposing. See, they're kind of crispy. Now they're like pumpkin pancakes, right? Look at all the stuff in there. So I know what they are, but if you were kind of walking up on my yard, you might not know. The stem might give that away. So let's see if we can mark down. So this is our third thing. So let's say decomposing pumpkins. And they kind of are dried out. Flat. White. On top, right? Mine's kind of orange on the bottom still, though. Let's see. Ooh, this one's got a candle stuck in it. I should probably take those out, right? That's a note for later. And I think on this side, did I see? I did. What are these right here? They're seeds. And I bet you that if I come back and videotape my tree well in October, I'll have some pumpkins. So there's seeds too, right? Now this is a tricky one. Is this pumpkin still living? No, it's not, because it's not growing anymore. But is it natural? It is natural, right? I didn't make it. And this one was a little bit unexpected. I forgot they were there. And maybe to learn more, maybe instead of learn more, I'll put a question mark. Will I have pumpkins? Whew, and the wind just picked up, so I'm going to make a note. There was none when I started, but wind got stronger. And it feels colder too. Now before we leave this spot, there's some other interesting things here. There's some rocks right in my garden. So not only are they all different shapes and sizes, they're different colors, different types. So we'll do this one last one together. And then you can go on your own. So these are kind of, what color would you say? Gray. They're flat. And they're different shapes, right? So, are they living? Nope, they're not living. Are they natural? They are natural. I knew they were here, so they were expected. I would like to know what kind of rocks they are. Because I think they're kind of cool. They're kind of hard. They're hard. They almost look, I don't know if you can see it, they almost look like they have sand in them. And that there's layers. They're very flaky with layers. So now that you have a worksheet full of data, I would say go inside and categorize your data. How much living stuff do you have in your neighborhood? How much non-living stuff? Are there things like fire hydrants, bird houses, post office boxes? Are there things like squirrels or chipmunks or maybe a bird or two? And really explore your neighborhood and see just what it means to be living or non-living. Which things do you prefer? Do you like the living things better? Are there some very interesting non-living things in your neighborhood that you've never seen before? Take a closer look and really enjoy this time outside. For now, this is Miss Kelly signing off for Ecosystem Outdoors.